Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Major developments in Ukraine on the Ukrainian front. The Russians, I noticed, in the past, I would say 5 days, 5 to 6 days, started launching more and more drones over Ukraine. They used to do like at one point 60 drones, then 30 drones, then 80 drones. Now, in the past, as I said, 5 to 6 days, they've been consistent in launching about 150, 160 drones. Well, they did that yesterday and today, about 160 drones. And again, last night it was a major Russian drone attack on Ukraine. Then we're going to talk about Mr. Zaluzhny. And you remember Zaluzhny, the former general, and now he's ambassador, the Ukrainian ambassador to United Kingdom. He is very much featured by the Ukrainian media all of a sudden. Before, it was quiet, maybe from time to time meaning 3 months to one article. Right now, today, I will show you about 5 or 6 articles in one media outlet with Zaluzhny. And Zaluzhny tells us something, discloses something that these media operatives here were keeping secret. That is, the Russian weapons are good. But hey, he's going to say it. I think he's trying to... remember, Zelensky said he's going to run and organize elections, but Zaluzhny should not participate, should not run. Now, Zaluzhny is featured by this media. Probably Zelensky is going to go, and Zaluzhny, who has a big popularity, but I think he's owned, being in London, he's owned or under constant supervision and surveillance. So that's his Zaluzhny. I will show you that. Then the Russians occupy 2 villages, and they are advancing in Donetsk. That's deep doo-doo for the Ukrainians. Then Ukrainian forces, they say, they repel Russian attacks near Pokrovsk, but enemy captures 2 villages over there. Then what do we have here? We have a refinery in Russia, far away, attacked and shuts operation because of Ukrainian drone attack. I will show you where that is located. And guess what? West should repair oil infrastructure damaged by Ukraine. Putin says. Can you imagine? So Putin says the West should repair oil infrastructure damaged by Ukrainian drones. I will explain what happened. All right, let's start with the first article. And this comes from Ukrinform. This is from the 19th of February 2025, which is Wednesday, today. Ukrainian forces shut down 106 Russian drones, 56 more disappear from radar. So only if you add this is 162 drones right there. But it's more than that. They tell us that there were 167 drones. So the Russians launched 167 drones, and they attacked from Oriol, Bryansk, Kursk, Milerovo, Shatalovo, Primorsko-Akhtarsk. And 2 Iskander-M ballistic missiles were launched at the Sumy region from Voronezh region. So first, where the drones came from. The drones came from north, right here, Bryansk, from Smolensk area here, Oriol, Kursk, Milerovo right here, and then obviously Primorsko-Akhtarsk, where my strong hand is, across from the Sea of Azov, right there. And then they said from Voronezh as well, the Russians launched 2 Iskander-M towards Sumy, bing bong, from here to here. Now, let's see what kind of oblasts they attacked. So it says here that the Russians attacked Kharkiv, Poltava, Sumy, Chernihiv, Cherkasy, Kiev, Kirovohrad, Khmelnytsky, Zhytomyr, Dnipropetrovsk, Zaporozhye, Kherson, Odesa, and Mykolaiv, regions, OEV. So they attacked everything to this area here. Khmelnytsky, Zhytomyr, Vinnytsia, this area, all this was attacked, including Odesa and Nikolaev. I have an article telling us about the destructions of Odesa and the aftermath after the drones launched. Here it is, Ukrinform. Drone attack on Odesa. And they tell us about 4 people. and they say the Russians attack what exactly? So struck Odesa and the region with attack drones. Air defense forces were activated to destroy the enemy targets. They destroyed civilian infrastructure, children, kindergarten, the Russians attack only that, it seems like. In addition, local emergency power outages have been introduced in certain areas of the Odesa district due to the Russian attack. So it's not what they said, the kindergarten and blah, blah, blah. That's also the infrastructure. They always say this, my friends. It says critical infrastructure is operating with the support of generators. So the Russians did not attack only what this guy said right here. Civilian infrastructure, including a children's clinic, a kindergarten, windows in the high-rise building, and vehicles. No, you find out here later on in the article, critical infrastructure is operating with the support of generators. They tell you, and the heat supply to some consumers have been suspended in Papapap district of Odesa. So, thank you very much. Next one. This is an article from yesterday, from the 18th. Remember, last night the Russians launched 167 drones. Yesterday, they launched 103 plus 67. So that's what? 170, according to these guys. But it's more than that, 176 drones. So 176 on the 18th, 167 or whatever was here, 167 on the 19th. So the Russians are overdoing it. Why? To show the guys in the negotiations that they still can. And Zaluzhny confirms that. Zaluzhny will confirm that the Ukrainians are not as good with their drones as the Russians are. So let's see what else the Russians are doing in Donetsk. Ukrainska Pravda. Russians occupy Dachne and Zelenivka, advance near several villages in Donetsk Oblast, according to DeepState. Where are these located? Near Kurakovo. Let's go and see where that is. Right here. So this is the map of Ukraine. Obviously, we're going to go in Donetsk. Donetsk is this right here. And is by Pokrovsk. Pokrovsk is right here. There's going to be, these guys are really advancing towards the Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. Here's the Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. See, here's Zaporozhye. So the Russians are really going forward, and they're going to probably go around like this and around like that. This is Pokrovsk. The Russians call it Krasnoarmeysk. And the villages that these guys were talking are right here. This is because here's Kurakovo. So remember, Pokrovsk is here, Kurakovo is here, and the Russians are advancing here and liberating or occupying these villages. Where are they? Right there. That's exactly what they are showing us. New voice of Ukraine. Ukrainian forces repel Russian attack near Pokrovsk, but enemy captured 2 villages nearby. So, Ukrainian defense forces have repelled a Russian attack near Pokrovsk, pushing back the enemy from the key route between Pokrovsk and Konstantinivka, near the settlement of Malinivka in Donetsk Oblast, the DeepState monitoring group reported on February 19th. So Konstantinivka and Pokrovsk, right? Pokrovsk is right here. And they're talking about the route between these guys here. Not Constantinople because it's done. And this right here. They're talking about repelling the Russians trying to advance near Pokrovsk. Let's see what else. I think that was not it. This was right here. The successful defense operations were led by the 12 Azov Special Forces Brigade. So you got the same guys over there. So this is what they're talking about right here. This is Pokrovsk, and this is the route, and the Russians are advancing right here. They are going to encircle Pokrovsk eventually, and that would be it. However, Russian forces managed to capture the village of Dachne and Zelenivka on the Pokrovsk sector, where I showed you before. They are in this area here. When the Kurakovo, they showed us that in this one right here. All right, next one. New voice of Ukraine. Russia outmatches Ukraine in drones, guided bombs, and troop numbers. Zaluzhny. So he's back in business. Why? All of a sudden. So Russia's advantage on the battlefield comes from superior drone warfare, guided bombs, and sheer manpower. Former Ukrainian military chief Valery Zaluzhny said at the New Voice event on February 19th, So this is one article. We're going to go to another one. This is again New Voice of Ukraine. Zaluzhny shares thoughts on running in Ukraine's upcoming elections. And here it is, the politician now. So Ukrainian ambassador to the UK and former military chief Valery Zaluzhny discussed his potential participation in Ukraine's elections during an outline. If the Brits will allow him, I don't think the Americans, I think the Brits will allow him, then he might, but they have to get rid of Zelensky first. And I'm quoting Zaluzhny. In order to answer this question, let's first create the conditions, so they don't take me out, where such a question would be entirely appropriate. I thought that people are free in Ukraine and they can run if they want, not to be told when. Again, Zaluzhny said, and I'm quoting again, if these conditions arise, then as a public servant working directly for the state, I will be ready to address it. So he's afraid to say, God damn, I will be, I will do it. He's not saying that. Zaluzhny is under surveillance. I think that's what I said. He was, exiled in London under the supervision of the Brits. And not only. He's one step away from being by the good people, if you know what I mean. So let me show you how this guy started talking about Zaluzhny. This is the homepage of New Voice of Ukraine. And I would like you to look over his face on the front page. Here's the first one right here. Then you go down, you got him again here, and you got him again here. And let's do this. I'm going to put over there Zaluzhny, all right? Zaluzhny, probably like that. And see what comes. Oh, didn't do anything. Jesus Christ. Zaluzhny. All right, Zaluzhny. Zaluzhny, 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 Zaluzhny. And these are 19th of February. The other one was 5 of February. And then 2 of February. But nothing about Zaluzhny. Zaluzhny is right here. Today, look how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 articles right there. Just so you know, they're activating Zaluzhny. Who's they? I think the Brits. New Voice of Ukraine. Russian Syzran refinery shuts down following drone attack overnight. A drone attack targeted a Syzran oil refinery in Russia's Samara Oblast. Andriy Papapa, head of, said. Oh, where is that at? Right there. So this is Ukraine. This is what used to be Ukraine. This is it. Now Moscow is right here. So from here to here is about 700 miles. So you can imagine they attacked more than that with their drones. So this is across from Saratov, Voronezh, and then you get here to Bryansk, Belgorod, Bryansk. Is that Bryansk? Yes? No, Belgorod, I'm sorry, Bryansk is over there. Belgorod and Kharkiv. So this is the border with Ukraine right here. This is where they attacked. On the other map, right here, a clearer map, but not big enough. This is the map of Ukraine. So this beautiful oblast is somewhere down there. We don't have it here, but you see it on the big scheme of things right there. This is the Black Sea. This is the Caspian Sea. We got it. Right. And let's see how the Russians, Putin specifically, has the chutzpah to claim that the West should repair or infrastructure damage by Ukraine. Putin says, why? Because the Ukrainians attacked this little consortium, pipeline consortium, Caspian Pipeline Consortium, 2 days ago, right there, which is partly controlled by US and EU companies. So these guys attacked it. The strike damaged critical components, prompting its operators to resort to a reserve pumping scheme and slash capacity 30 to 40%, the official says. So these are the Western CPC, which is the consortium, Caspian Pipeline Consortium. Shareholders are also taking part in the damage assessment, Novak said, adding that the list of consortium members include US giants Chevron and ExxonMobil. So they say, you know what? You gotta do it, my friends. You hit it. The Kropotapnya pumping station is located in Krasnodar region. I made this video 2 days ago, 230 kilometers from the port city of Novorossiysk. Novorossiysk is where the Russians put their fleet, the Black Sea fleet, and this guys is where they have the pipeline going on. is a part of a pipeline project that transports oil from the western Kazakhstan along with Russian products. US companies controlled around 40% of oil supplies shipped via the pipeline in 2024. Where is that located? I'm going to show you. Right here. Novorossiysk is exactly here. This is the Crimean Peninsula. Here is where the new Russian fleet is located from Sevastopol. In here, Novorossiysk, they hit here. And this is an airfield. Obviously, you can check it out because if you don't see anything on the map, that means that's military airfield. So here it is. And the pipe, again, was hit somewhere in there, in this area here. I don't have the map going further than that, but you have to believe me. Let me get my melon out right there. So from here, this area, it was hit in that area over there. So that was the consortium. So what do you think, my friends? Should they pay for it? Well, they will pay because the Americans, Chevron and ExxonMobil, they are involved. They will cough up the money. So who do you think helped the Ukrainian drones hit those targets? None other than the Brits, I suspect, or the Americans. We'll see. As I told you, my friends, Zelensky will go rogue or will go and see Moses. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.